If you grew up in a dysfunctional family where you were either the scapegoat or the lost child, you most likely ended up in a narcissistic relationship. Additionally, if you ended up in a narcissistic relationship, you most likely had emotionally immature parents. If any of this resonates with you, ensure that you continue to watch. In today's video, we're going to be discussing how to break the scapegoat curse so that you stop attracting narcissistic, toxic people and start attracting positive, healthy, and wholesome people and experiences into your life. So here's what you need to know. If you ended up in a narcissistic relationship, then you are most likely a part of a dysfunctional family system. So the first step in breaking this cycle is to become aware of the dysfunction and where it started from. At the core of narcissistic abuse is emotional neglect or emotional abuse. When it comes to a narcissistic dysfunctional family, the children's needs are not going to be met. Narcissistic parents actually exploit their children to meet their own needs. And if you're a scapegoat or a lost child, then this means that your needs were met the least because you're going to be pushed out of the family system, so you're not going to be nurtured. It is important to understand here that the narcissistic parent does not have to have full-blown NPD. They could have full-blown NPD, otherwise they could be highly narcissistic. If you had a parental figure that had substance abuse issues such as alcohol abuse or other drug abuse, this also applies here. The main thing is that as a child, you most likely had emotionally immature parents that were self-involved, and this led to your lack of nurturing. Here is a quick test to see if you had emotionally immature parents. So put a finger up if your parents often overreacted to minor things. Put a finger up if your parents did not express much empathy or emotional awareness. Put a finger up if, when it came to emotional closeness and feelings, your parents seemed uncomfortable or didn't go there. Put a finger up if, when you were growing up, your parent used you as a confidant but was not a confidant for you. You can go through all 13 of these, and if too many of them resonate, then you have found your core wound, which is emotional neglect. What we are describing here essentially is the scapegoat or lost child wound. If you grew up in this type of family dysfunction, then it kind of grooms you for a narcissistic relationship because you end up being a people pleaser, so you find a self-pleasing person like the narcissistic parent. And here's what I mean by that. In a narcissistic family system, the scapegoat or the lost child actually becomes more like the enabling parent. This is where the people-pleasing, codependent behavior comes from. This is because the narcissistic parent dumps all their trauma and shame onto you, and you have to vie for your parents' emotions. You have to vie for their love and care. If you grew up with a sibling that was the golden child, then they were coddled by the narcissist. Narcissistic parents project their best qualities onto the golden child, so the golden child is going to receive whatever they want. They're going to receive special treatment because the narc is living vicariously through them. So you'll see where golden children actually end up narcissistic, and again, the scapegoat and the lost child is going to more act like the enabling parent. So you really break this curse or this cycle by becoming aware of the cycle. A curse essentially is generational unconsciousness, where people repeat the same behavior of their predecessors. So if you grew up a scapegoat or a lost child, then now as an adult, you have the responsibility of loving yourself. This is because you most likely carried around a lot of shame and guilt from your dysfunctional family system. This is what we call inherited trauma. Letting go of the shame and guilt and fear and anger will give you access to higher positive emotions such as love and joy and peace. This also means that you have to forgive yourself for not knowing, and forgiveness essentially is letting go of negative emotions. If you appreciate the content, please like the videos, save the videos, share the videos, and comment. Let us know what you think.